Ladies and gentlemen, we have an announcement. Shohei Ohtani is going to the Los Angeles Dodgers. That's right. The greatest player of our generation in baseball is going to the most successful team of our generation of baseball. This was to be expected. I've been saying this for about 2 years. I thought they were going to get him, and they did. So congratulations to them. A lot of people, there's a lot of rumors about the Blue Jays yesterday. Also, the Giants were supposedly involved. The Mets maybe. The Angels were still involved. The Cubs got involved. A lot of teams tried, but Ohtani ultimately, he's going to the Dodgers for 2 reasons. First off, the money, and second off, he's going to win. The Dodgers are the most successful team in the past 15 years as far as games won. And that's what he ultimately cares about. He is sick of being on the Angels, a team that just consistently loses. The Dodgers do something really well, which is they develop prospects, they get them playing at a really high level, and then when they get expensive, they trade them for more prospects. And now the Dodgers say, you know what? We've cleared some payroll. The Dodgers only had 3 players above 10 million next year. They had Mookie Betts 30 mil, Freeman at 27 mil, Chris Taylor 13 mil, and they said, you know what? We're going to add $70 million annually to our payroll because we think that is how good Shohei Ohtani is going to be. $70 million annually for 10 years. So it's a $700 million contract. $70 million annually for 10 years. It's more than any baseball player has ever made before. He's now the highest paid baseball player in the history of just all time. He's also the highest paid athlete ever in America. No athlete in the United States has made this much money. The only athletes in the world that make more money than this are the professional soccer players. Guys like Messi and Ronaldo were making more than this. Ronaldo, I believe, is currently the highest paid because of his mega deal from Saudi Arabia, but that's it. That's it. There is a very small handful of guys who are playing for really, really rich owners in Saudi Arabia and in Europe for soccer who are making more money than Shohei, but I imagine he's probably top 10 highest paid athletes in the world right now, and he is the highest paid baseball player of all time. He's making more money now than any NFL player. He's making more money than anybody in the NBA. He's making more money than anybody in the NHL. He is that good. And so I understand wanting to pay him this much. Now, I will say this, though. I think it's a bit of an overpay. I do. Because first off, we don't know if Ohtani's going to pitch, how much he's going to pitch into the future. Obviously, he wants to. And I'm sure that the Dodgers want him to. So yeah, I'm not doubting that he doesn't want to, because I think he does. I think he really wants to prove that it's not a fluke, and that even after his second Tommy John surgery, he can still be an elite pitcher in the MLB. I think he wants to prove that, and I hope he does, because it's good for the sport of baseball when he does. But we don't know if he's going to be able to do that. Realistically, he might not be able to pitch anymore. It's possible. Or he might go out there in 2025 and struggle. And then, maybe he becomes a bullpen guy. Maybe he becomes this weird kind of two-way player who hits and he comes out of the bullpen. But I don't know how you're meant to warm him up in that scenario. How are you're gonna walk him? You're gonna have a separate warm-up area right near the dugout. You could try that. But what I'm saying is, I don't buy that he's going to be starting 9 out of these 10 seasons for the Dodgers. I don't buy it at all. I think the majority of his time, he probably won't be pitching. He might pitch a few years, maybe he gets injured again. But the second thing is just that if he's not pitching, what is he? He's a DH. Okay, well, we've seen DHs get big deals before, and I'm not doubting that he can be valuable as a DH, but designated hitters, I don't know if I would pay $70 million annually, even for the best designated hitter. And again, take it with a grain of salt. He's had 3 really good seasons. He's won the MVP twice, and he could have already reached his peak. It's possible that he's already reached his peak. So I think this is a bit of an overpay. I think that towards the end of this contract, it's going to be a bit of an albatross, where people are going to say, the Dodgers are still paying $70 million to Ohtani to hit 20 million, or to hit 20 home runs and hit 250 when he's 36 years old and not pitching. And people are going to say, yeah, that's a bit of an overpay. But for right now, they get the biggest superstar in baseball. 30 years old, so he'll be 39 by the end of the contract. And I'm looking for more details on the contract because I don't know how it's going to all totally break down, but I'm not seeing it. So yeah, Ohtani to the Dodgers. What's next for the Dodgers? Some people think they might try to trade for Mike Trout. I don't buy that at all. If you look at their lineup and how they project. So their projected lineup now, you have Betts, Freeman, Ohtani is your top three, right? Betts is your second baseman, Freeman your first baseman, Ohtani your designated hitter, Will Smith at catcher would bat fourth, Max Muncy, who would be your third baseman, batting fifth. They just re-signed him. And then the bottom half of that lineup is a lot of kids. You got James Outman, center field. You've got Miguel Vargas, second base, third base, kind of a utility infielder. Chris Taylor, Jason Hayward. So the bottom half of their lineup still is not. I wouldn't say their bottom half of the lineup is great, but their top three hitters plus Muncy and Will Smith are not scrubs at all. So that's going to be a really good lineup. The Dodgers are just it's crazy how they're able to do this, and I feel like they always are doing this. They're always going out and getting the best player available. They got Betts; he was the best player available. Then they get Freeman in the free agency 2 years ago. He was the best player available, and now they step in and get Ohtani, and again, he was the best player available. The Dodgers always seem to get the best player available, and I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they convince people. They must have some great facilities. I mean, they obviously do. They have a good head coach, well respected, and they want to win the World Series. The Dodgers have been to the playoffs. I believe it's 11 out of the last 12 seasons. They've won their division 10 out of the last 12, and they've won the World Series once. So they are looking at this and saying, we have the tools, we have the talent, we have the guys in the house that we love. Let's go get that one guy who can put us over the top, and that guy is Ohtani. So I respect what they're doing. I think it's smart for them. I think it's great for baseball. Again, what did I say when the Yankees traded for Soto? Put the biggest stars in the biggest markets and put them together. That's how you're going to attract more fans to the game. So as much as I wish, as a Mariners fan, as much as I wish, oh man, I wish the Mariners had been able to land Ohtani. I disagree with paying a designated hitter $70 million. I understand you're going all in. It's great. But I do think that in 6 or 7 years, people are gonna kind of look at this deal and say, yeah, the Dodgers probably shouldn't have paid that much. But B, because you need to put this is great for baseball. Just it's not good to have the biggest stars not in the biggest markets, because then no one's gonna watch them. Like if Jose Ramirez was in a big market, he would be talked about so much differently than the way he is on the Guardians. Like Ohtani, now you get to play with Mookie Betts, who is the best. Now he's a second baseman. He's the best second baseman in the league. And you get to play with Freddie Freeman, the best first baseman in the league. You get to play with Dave Roberts, one of the most well-respected managers in the league. You get to play for a team that's going to sell out almost every single one of its games. Massive media deals. They have all the funds in the world. Great stadium, great ballpark, elite farm system. They always develop players really, really well. This is who the Dodgers are. This is what the Dodgers are. They want to win. They want to win more than any other team. They have made this very, very clear, and I think they will. I think this immediately makes the Dodgers, if they weren't already, this makes the Dodgers World Series favorites. It makes them favorites to win the NL West, to win the National League. But they have the best 1, 2, and 3 hitters in the league, undisputedly. Like you can tell me, the Yankees, Judge and Soto. You can talk about the Braves with what they've got down there, Acuna and Matt Olson, Austin Riley. The Braves have a great big three as well, but the Dodgers have 3 MVPs on their team: Betts, Freeman, Ohtani. 3 MVPs. and combined they've won 4 because Ohtani has 2. So that is your first 3 hitters in the lineup. Nobody wants to pitch against those 3 guys. Nobody. Like, what pitcher is going to be excited to pitch against the Dodgers? Because that first inning, the Dodgers guaranteed are going to lead the league in first inning runs scored next year. I can almost guarantee it. That's crazy. And they do it really well. They do it better than anybody else. The Dodgers are not afraid to let go of fan favorite players because they know they're going to save money by not paying Cody Bellinger. They're going to save money by not keeping Jock Peterson around, not keeping Justin Turner around, because they know what they really want. They've got their eyes on the prize, and the prize is Ohtani. People said last offseason, why aren't the Dodgers spending? Why aren't the Dodgers giving out big contracts? Well, now we know why, because they were saving up to bring in the best player available, the best player in the generation, Shohei Ohtani. Why didn't they re-sign Corey Seager? Like, this is why. Now we know, and this is what we always thought. So it would have been a little disappointing, I think, to the Dodgers if they hadn't got him. If you're a Blue Jays fan, I feel bad for you, because yesterday, all the sources were saying he's going to the Blue Jays. And today, he comes out on Instagram, he finally breaks the silence, says, guys, I'm taking it to the LA Dodgers. Wow. What a contract. What a deal. $700 million. That's insane. But good for him. Good for him. It's a lot of money. A lot of money, and you know what? Good for him. Highest paid player in American sports. How about that? We'll see you guys in the next one. This is Coast to Coast Sports. If you like what we're doing here, make sure you check out some of our other videos. We talk about baseball, football. I talk about some basketball as well, maybe some soccer. I try to do all sorts of different videos. I'm gonna be doing some MLB rankings soon. I'm working on my catchers rankings right now. Actually, that's what I was working on. But right when the Ohtani news dropped, so that'll be out maybe tomorrow. I'll be ranking all the catchers, and then we'll do first base, second base, all that good stuff. And we have, if you like more regional content, me and my buddy Drew. We've got the NW Sportscast that we have been running for about 3-4 years now, and that's just a Mariners and Seahawks and a little bit of UW Huskies in there as well. So that's just Northwest stuff. Talk about that over there. We're a little more consistently posting on that channel, actually, but this channel just kind of brand new, and just because, we love sports too much to only have one channel about it, and we appreciate that you guys are watching, and hopefully you guys agree with my takes. If you do, comment below. If you don't, comment below. I would love to hear disagreements, agreements. We're totally chill, having respectful debates. And yeah, that is Coast to Coast Sports. And thank you guys for watching.